I used to think being the reliable guy was a strength. The steady paycheck, the calm voice, the man who didn't make scenes. Turns out it just made me invisible. My wife, Lauren, loved to remind me of that. Little jokes at dinners. He's not exactly exciting, but he's dependable. Her friends laughed. I smiled like a trained dog. Inside, I was shrinking. She'd mock my clothes, my routines, my lack of ambition. Meanwhile, she spent hours on her phone, smiling at messages she never shared. When I asked who she was texting, she'd roll her eyes. God, you're paranoid. It's work. The humiliation wasn't loud at first. It was subtle, constant, effective. The first crack came one night when she forgot her Apple Watch on the kitchen counter. It buzzed while I was washing dishes. A message preview lit up. Can't stop thinking about last night. No name, just a heart emoji. I told myself it was nothing. I wanted it to be nothing. But my chest felt tight, like my body already knew the truth and was waiting for my brain to catch up. Over the next week, I noticed patterns. Late work meetings, new lingerie that never made it to our bedroom, password changes. When I asked questions, she laughed. Not nervously, cruelly.
You really think anyone would want me? She said once. Relax. That sentence stuck with me. Not because it reassured me, because it was rehearsed. I checked our phone records. One number showed up constantly. Long calls, late nights. I Googled it. It belonged to a guy named Evan, real estate broker, recently divorced. Gym photos, the type Lauren used to point out in public and say, "Don't worry, I married you." I confronted her softly. I wanted honesty. I told her I felt disconnected, that I was scared. She exploded. "How dare you spy on me?" she shouted. "This is why you're exhausting. You make everything ugly." She didn't deny it. She didn't confirm it. She twisted it until I was apologizing. That was the night something in me went cold. I stopped asking questions. I started listening. Lauren didn't hide it anymore. She took calls in front of me. She dressed up to run errands. One night she said, "If you don't like who I am now, that's your problem." I smiled and nodded. Inside, I started planning. I hired a lawyer quietly. I learned about fault states, about asset division, about documentation. I installed recovery software on our shared computer. I checked cloud backups she forgot about. What I found wasn't just cheating, it was mockery. Messages about how boring I was, how I paid for everything while Evan made her feel alive. Jokes about how I'd never leave because I was too weak. That hurt more than the sex. I gathered everything, screenshots, dates, hotel receipts, voice notes she sent to him while sitting next to me on the couch. I also learned something else. Evan wasn't as successful as he pretended. He was drowning in debt, and Lauren had started investing in his business, our money, without my knowledge. I let it continue. I watched her drain our savings, thinking she was building a future with him. I moved my direct deposits, I froze my credit, I documented every transfer. She noticed nothing. One evening, she told me she wanted space, that I should sleep in the guest room. She said it casually, like ordering takeout. I agreed. That night, she didn't come home. The next morning, I made my move. My lawyer filed first. Infidelity, financial misconduct. I sent copies of everything to Evan's ex-wife, who was still entangled in his finances. I also sent an anonymous tip to his brokerage firm about the undisclosed relationship with a married client. Then I waited. Lauren came home that afternoon furious. Not scared, furious. "How dare your lawyer call me? What did you tell people?" I looked at her, really looked at her, and felt nothing. "I told the truth," I said. She laughed. "You think this scares me? Evan actually wants me, not like you. Right on cue.